This video does not call for violence. The video contains scenes of feeding a predatory insectivore. Hello! Judging by the title of the video, I think you already understand what we are going to talk about today. We have a main character about which we have long wanted to shoot an Issa. Meet as Salpuga. Under another name, this is a phalanx, also known as camel spider or winged scorpion. It is sometimes called the sun spider. No wonder, because this is a class of arachnids. In the world of such salpugs, about 1,000 species are known, distributed in arid regions. Salpuga is a rather large arachnid. Its length is from 5 to 7 centimeters. Their body and limbs are covered with long hairs. In general, all salpugs are very mobile, and almost all of them are nocturnal predators. Salpugs are carnivorous or omnivorous, feeding on termites, beetles and other small arthropods. They can also eat larger animals such as lizards. That is why we filmed this Issa at night, to see how the salpuga will hunt. And I really hope that the studio light will not distract her. As you have already noticed, the choice of what the salpuga hunts is increasing all the time. And this is done in order to understand what exactly the salpuga will be most interested in food. Here, for example, you can see that the cockroach is interested in the Zophobos larva, and this suggests that cockroaches can also sometimes be real predators, because they even have cannibalism. A most noticeable signs of salpugs. Of all arachnids, salpugs have the strongest and most resilient hilicera, with which they are even able to bite through a human nail. In general, the power of hilicera allows salpugs to cut off the hair and feathers of the victim, cut through the skin or even thin bones of birds. At the moment, it is clearly visible that the salpuga is interested in the Zophobos larva. And during this time, while I showed it to you, I also added a scorpion to the salpuga, which is also a boring arachnid for its area. Salpugs and scorpions are found in almost the same area. A small scorpion is quite aggressive and fights back a large cockroach, while a salpuga takes an attempt to hunt another cockroach. Just look at what a threatening stance this salpuga takes. If we talk about cockroaches, then we have to say that they have a great advantage at the moment. They can run away from an attack very quickly. Now, the salpuga is interested in a small scorpion and is heading towards it. In the corner of this small terrarium, the salpuga finds a small floor worm, and this worm becomes easy prey for it. At the same moment, the salpuga was distracted by two cockroaches, which decided on something with each other. During this time, the salpuga returned back to the corner to continue the meal. But there were much more insects in this place. A little later, the salpuga grabs the little floor worm. From this, I conclude that the salpuga is looking for a more vulnerable victim that it can eat. While the salpuga is eating up the floor worm, she is surrounded by two cockroaches, like hyenas trying to take away food from her. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Sometimes cockroaches can act like real predators. At the moment, a larger cockroach is trying to take its prey from the salpuga, and it succeeds. I think for you, as well as for me, it becomes a real sensation. After all, I have never seen a cockroach pull and prey from another predatory insectivore. But then a small cockroach noticed the prey of this cockroach, and the big cockroach doesn't want to share with him. All this really resembles the hunt of a lion, from which the hyenas are trying to take food away. At this time, the salpuga notices a small scorpion and uses its hilicera. Literally, in a matter of seconds, the scorpion becomes immobilized and loses to the salpuga. You may be wondering what happens if a salpuga bites a person. Salpuga bite is not life-threatening, but can cause all sorts of inflammation. In addition, larger individuals of the salpuga, as I said, are able to pierce a human nail. At the moment you are watching the real greed of cockroaches. After all, the cockroach abandoned his prey to take away even a scorpion from the salpaga. But this time the salpaga scares off the cockroach. Sometime later the salpaga began to move away from its prey, but then noticed that the cockroach was eating its scorpion and instantly immobilized him with one powerful bite. Together with you, we'll learn how the salpaga hunts and protects its prey. When keeping the salpaga, it is regularly necessary to feed it with live insects, as this is nature. I hope this issue was really interesting for you, and if so, be sure to like it. And let's come up with the name for this salpaga. Write it in the comments. And that's all for now. Bye everyone!